I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't planning on doing a video this early in the morning, especially because the little one didn't have the greatest sleep last night, unfortunately. But TSMC was like, Jose, screw it. You need to get up. You need to do a video. And if you're an Nvidia investor, you're gonna love this episode. So in today's episode, what I'm gonna do is cover just a very, very quick overview of TSMC's earnings. And then I wanna take a closer look at what they had to say about the AI market. But before we go anywhere, if you want me to stay awake for this full video, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe button. I do need your support a lot. Also, check out the pinned comment for a special offer at fool.com/Jose and my ebook. So let's get started.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
All right, so we can see TSMC is up roughly 9% pre-market as I am recording. And obviously, when this video comes out, it might be all over the place. The company did report earnings, and pre-market prices sometimes tend to be very, very volatile. So in the top level news, TSMC did amazing. They grew in revenue, but we already knew their revenue because the company reports it on a monthly basis. They beat on earnings per share. More importantly, their guidance for next quarter, quarter four, is stronger than analysts were expecting. So overall, pretty great news for TSMC. Now, like I mentioned on today's episode, what I really want to do is focus more on the AI plays. If you want me to do a deep dive on TSMC's earnings, let me know in the comments below, and I'll cover everything from kind of their manufacturing push, overseas push, margin expansion, margin depreciation, and the list goes on and on. But today we're focusing on big players like Nvidia. We can see Nvidia is pretty excited. The stock is up roughly 3% after hours. Other popular AI names like Advanced Micro Devices are also up 2.5%. I'm curious how Intel is doing. So Intel not too much in the AI space, but they did give us some kind of bullish trend for the overall semiconductor space. So we can see Intel is also up. Another popular is Broadcom. Broadcom is up roughly 3%. So you can kind of see with the reaction of the stock price, which the market believes has better growth rate from the AI space. We can see both Broadcom and Nvidia are up close to 3%, very similar to AMD as well. So during the earnings call, the CEO did mention a lot about the AI space. And let me just say this, and I say this every time I talk about TSMC's and TSMC's management. In my opinion, I don't know if it's a culture thing or I don't know if it's just management itself, but every time I've heard from TSMC in the past, they are ones that are very conservative. I don't know if conservative is the word. They say it how it is. They're not going to be bullish just because everybody's bullish, and they're not going to be bearish just because everybody's bearish. They pretty much say how it is. And how it is, in my opinion, if TSMC says it and the management says it, it has a little bit more weight, right? That's just my overall thoughts. Let me know in the comments if you have noticed it, that they don't care if it's bad for the company or good for the company. They tell you how it is. And in my opinion, because I have seen that in the various fast years that I've been covering the semiconductor space, it gives me even more confidence when I hear what they say, especially about the AI market. All right, so the first kind of topic I want to talk about is just provide evidence of the AI demand. And the CEO mentions that the demand is real, and he believes it's just the beginning of this demand. And that's, in my opinion, pretty impressive, right? Many people might believe that, hey, look, we're already at the end of this AI cycle, of this demand cycle, and demand would eventually die down. But the CEO kind of says the opposite, that the demand is real and it's just the beginning. Now, he also kind of quotes a key customer. He says that a key customer says that demand right now is insane. And we can already guess who that key customer is. Jensen Huang pretty much mentions a lot how the demand for Blackwell is insane. So the CEO here of TSMC is kind of just backing that claim, in my opinion. And again, that is very, very bullish for a company like Nvidia. The other thing is he has talked to a lot of their customers, including hyperscale customers who are building their own chips, and almost every AI innovator is working with TSMC. So the great thing with TSMC, right, is they are the manufacturing company. They pretty much have kind of the roadmaps of all maybe a top level roadmap of all their customers. They know what Nvidia is gonna make in 2025 and 2026, maybe even in 2027. They know what these hyperscalers who are creating their own AI chips are also going to be doing during that time frame. So that's why I believe that right now the CEO of TSMC has given us a really big green light for the AI market. Now, there was a question asking, hey, look, what do you see the next 5 years of TSMC in forms of growth rate? And the CEO mentions that, hey, look, they don't have an actual number to give right now. Maybe in a future analyst event or investor event, they will give us an update. But they mentioned that the next 5 years will be very healthy to TSMC. Now, another big topic that's been hopping around the AI market is the return on investment on AI investments and solutions, right? So many people are worried that, hey, look, AI is not giving any forms of return on investments. So people are going to slow down. And we've talked about this in the past, right? Just in overall, AI is not just going to give you a single revenue, right? It's not going to be an AI revenue. So people, if you're looking for an AI revenue line, that's going to be the worst thing to do. AI is helping you boost your sales on your core products, is helping you improve your efficiencies, which can help reduce costs, which can help you make more money by improving that efficiency. And more importantly, it's also kind of helping you keep market share in your space, right? Because if you're not innovating in your space, you're going to lose market share. And if you lose market share, that's a lot of money lost. So there's a lot of different pillars when thinking about AI return on investment. But luckily, TSMC mentioned and gave us one that they personally see in their own experience. They mentioned that they have been using the AI and machine learnings in their fabs and R&D operations. By using AI, they are able to create more value by driving greater productivity, efficiency, speed, qualities. And think about it. And he gives an example, a 1% productivity gain that is almost equal to about 1 billion Taiwanese dollars to TSMC. And this is a tangible return on investment benefit. And they believe that they can't be the only one company that has benefited from AI applications. So he believes a lot of companies right now are using AI for their own improving productivity, efficiency, and everything else. So here we actually saw a real world example of a big mega cap company showing that, hey, look, AI is real and we're using it, and the return on investment is real because we're using it on our daily lives. So again, that again bodes well, because one of the bearish cases, look, everybody's going to see that AI revenue is going to slow down because no one's really making anything out of it. And TSMC is kind of just breaking off that bear thesis. Now, the final topic I want to talk about is kind of the manufacturing capacities and kind of the one of the biggest bottleneck for the AI market is advanced packaging. More importantly, CoWoS for companies like Nvidia. So advanced packaging is part of the back-end process, and I've talked about that in my ASML video. I kind of give a description of front-end and back-end really quick so you can understand that. But advanced packaging is what's creating most of the bottleneck for AI chips. So the question is, hey, are you kind of improving this? And every quarter, the CEO pretty much mentions yes. And first, they talk about that advanced packaging in the next several years, let's say 5 years, will be growing faster than the corporate average in forms of gross margins. This year, it accounted for about high single digits of their revenue. In terms of margins, it will also improve. However, it's approaching corporate, but not yet. So, I mean, a few things here. Advanced packaging being high single digits of revenue, in my opinion, is pretty impressive. And again, is showcasing the demand for advanced packaging solutions. So if there are any individual advanced packaging companies, I think this is actually very bullish news. The other thing is, it seems like margins, when you have strong advanced packaging solutions, can be pretty high. The final thing they talk about is kind of that they are increasing the capacity of CoWoS, but they're sharing that at today's situation, customer demand far exceeds their ability to supply. And it's not like they can build out this supply capacity out of nowhere. It takes time. And this is why, in my opinion, Nvidia, at least for the foreseeable future, will be able to sell out for the next few months, for the next few quarters. As we've heard, the Blackwell platform is sold out for about 12 months already. So even though we worked very hard to increase the capacity more than twice and more than doubling it each time this year compared to last time, they plan to double it again, and that still will not be enough. So overall, this means that, hey, look, Nvidia right now is definitely a clear winner in this space, and I'm very, very excited for this episode because it did bring a lot of bullish news, in my opinion, for the AI market. Now, obviously, the stock market can shift at any moment from now. Obviously, things are green right now, but it can go red in the next few hours. As a long-term investor, I could care less about the noise. It's more about the information that we got from this video. It's more about the information we got from the earnings call that, hey, look, is the evidence piling up that there is still strong AI demand? Because if there is, then that's bullish for the long-term growth of AI stocks. Anything can happen in the short term, right? The market tends to humiliate and humble us at random times. But again, fundamentals at the end of the day wins. And if Nvidia still has strong demand, then I can only say that is very, very bullish. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.